Hey guys, I just wanted to go live before I get a reading done. Kind of busy today, so I'm just trying to get this in. I just finished my meditation, and I've been going through a lot since I've gotten back from Egypt, but I decided to check in on the collective since I'm no longer on Facebook up until the end of this month. So I'm not, been tuning in to the news feed. But I decided to go in with meditation and check on the collective and see how the energy is and how everyone's doing. And hey Angela, hey guys, thank you for coming on. And for a while there, the messages I was getting was quiet, but I went through time in the abyss. I kind of was just allowing Source and the Divine to take care of things because I was struggling a little bit myself since I got back from Egypt. But even though recently me and my family have had a loss, I'm feeling a lot more on track, and I'm able to give you guys energy updates and stuff like that now. So I just wanted to talk about this full moon and the shifts that we're going through. So this full moon in Pisces that happened at midnight Mountain Standard Time today was and is, and up until December actually will be affected by it astrologically and astronomically, is how that is anyway. So it's probably going to last a lot longer and have a lot more effects. But this one was all about illusion, lies. It's a full moon in Pisces, and it's all about illusion, lies, fantasies, divination, psychic powers, and dreams. So, I tapped into the collective energy. Hey, Aaron. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming on. I'm happy to see you guys. So I tuned into the collective energy, and what I got was that the collective, the world, all of us, each and every single one of us is going through major shifts. 2017 has been a really intense year. It's been good, it's been bad, desirable, undesirable, but it's just been a very intense year energetically. And it's caused a lot of change and possibly even loss, because it's all about release so far, and also manifestations and just lots and lots of different things. But we are going through really big changes as a collective. And what I got when tapping into this is that we really just need to be gentle with ourselves. That we really just need to be kind and compassionate and not so hard on ourselves, We have a lot of healing to do. All of us. And if we're working on it, then we're going to feel it. And it's not always going to feel good, and sometimes we're going to make mistakes. But we need to be gentle and compassionate because we're human still. And, we're always going to have something to learn, and we're always going to have room to grow. And so in being gentle with ourselves and compassionate and kind to ourselves while we go through this process is extremely important. And with this full moon that came, it could, I don't know about anybody else, but this was a very, very intense moon. in my past, I've never really gotten along with the Pisces energy. It's always been kind of annoying to me, just the way that it affects me. It's just been kind of like an annoying energy to me, because it triggers me. And so this full moon in Pisces, there was a lot of healing that went on for me, and I'm sure for many others. That's what I got anyways. I mean, if there wasn't healing, there was just shifts and changes in general. But it really, and I got this as well when I checked in and tuned in, is that things are kind of dysfunctional. You know, our minds are kind of foggy. That has to do with the dreams, the fantasies, and illusions. And, you know, we may be seeing things that aren't true, and what we know is true isn't true. There's a lot of just craziness going on with the dreams, the fantasies, and illusions. So with this full moon, it's actually a really good time to do dream work. Hey Eddie, hey Alexandria, hi Brian. I am really happy to see you guys here. And I love you all. And thank you, Aaron. Yeah, can anybody guess why I dyed some of my hair purple? I'm all about the chakras, and it's right next to my third eye. But yeah, that's why I did it. It's a way of carrying the color around with me everywhere. Because I don't do my makeup or anything, but anyways, yeah, so with this full moon, from now, I mean, from even a month before this full moon, till like December or even later on, we can harness and hone this energy, and it's really helpful and really just amazing for dream work, you know, like just dreaming. If you're working on trying to have lucid dreams or trying to remember your dreams or anything like that, this is definitely great energy for that. As well as dreams in your waking life, in the physical life. You're just, you know, manifesting our dreams is a lot easier, but the fact that this is about also illusion and fantasy, we have to realize, we have to think like we're kind of being forced to wonder, you know, is this really what I want? Do I need to revise my goals and my dreams? And it kind of has brought us to question our truth. You know, it's like, what's true? What isn't? What's reality? What's illusion? It's just, you know, it's a very, like, kind of like La La Land time. And it's really fun if you know how to play with it. You know, if you can allow yourself to move through the difficult things, like being dysfunctional, remembering things that aren't real. I mean, that happens to me. I mean, they're real because they're real in a different dimension. But I mean, my realities are getting mixed up. And, you know, if you can move through that and forgive the craziness and just have fun with it, then really this can help in a lot of ways. And just not just with the full moon. I mean, these shifts that all of us are going through, they've never happened before. Usually, you know, history repeats itself. But as we change and we stop the patterns and we stop the cycles and we stop literally the insanity, you know, and doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, things are going to change too. History is going to change too. So therefore, new things are going to happen. And that is exactly what's happening. As we all change together, so is the course of reality. So are the cycles. So are the patterns that the world goes through. And that's what's going on. And this leads me to the feeling lost. So as these things happen, And of course this energy has actually caused us to lose some things. There's been a lot of things falling off of this paradigm because they have missions elsewhere. If it's people or animals or anything like that, they have, missions elsewhere that, whatever the reason is, it's good. It's good, and it's of the highest good. But it's just been falling off of this paradigm because it's just things are coming to an end. Things are finishing up. Which is good, because, karmically, any way you want to see it, these endings are good things. And we lose, people, relationships, things like that. It's just a way of, I know it's painful and it's hard to see it, and we feel lost and we feel the grief and we feel the sorrow, but it's a way of, transformation and having the lessons learned that needed to be learned, and just completing the cycles, completing the karma, completing their purpose. Their purpose has been fulfilled, and now they must go. And now we must move forward. And that's been happening a lot this year. Everyone's been losing a lot of things, and it's been getting more and more dramatic, more and more serious things. And it can be more painful, but it's all part of the process. And like I said, this leads me to the feeling lost part of this video is when we feel lost, especially if we're on a spiritual path and we're seeking to always have clarity, always trust, always be in alignment, be in alignment with light and be in alignment with love and knowledge and wisdom, and just constantly expanding. Sometimes it feels like we fall off that path. Sometimes we feel lost, like we're not getting messages that we should, or we're not understanding things like we should. We can't tune in as deeply as we usually can. And in those moments, it is so important to just trust. I actually have gone through this a lot, and I did recently. I went through feeling lost, but what has changed from the times that I did before to now was I knew that all is well, and me feeling lost was just confirmation that the divine has taken control and is taking care of things. And that's exactly what we need to do when we feel lost. We all do from time to time. And sometimes we take it quite hard, especially if we're sensitive souls, if we're sensitive spirits, and of course, especially if we have this idea of perfection that we hold, and control, and we feel better when we can control things and handle things. In the times where we feel lost and we don't know what to do, and it feels like we're off track, the most important thing to do is trust that everything is okay, and that we are always on the right path. And this will get us through it. And before you know it, you'll get a sign that, yep, you're doing awesome. Yep, you're on the right track. Oh, here's your message. Boom. Here's all your ideas coming back in. You're back on track. It's just times where in the abyss where we feel lost. It's time in the womb of creation where we feel lost. This is where we need to plant the seeds. This is where it's most important, where we stay positive and trusting in the universe, because it's so sensitive during this time. I mean, we feel sensitive during this time. We feel the energy that's surrounding us. We feel how our environment is. We feel how just everything is, but we still feel lost. It's just kind of like an empty feeling. That's because we're in spaciousness. We're in the womb. And it feels like we're just floating it's different for everybody. The feeling is different. But either way, we are in the womb of creation. And what this means is that we're in the creation process. Like right before things are about to burst and blossom, is when we tend to feel like we're off track or nothing's happening. It's because we are that seed below the dirt that's trying to blossom. We just have to work through it. We have to flow with it, and just be gentle with ourselves, and don't beat ourselves up when it happens. When we feel this, it's just confirmation that the divine is now taking care of things, and that we can use this time to relax and use this time to reflect and say, hey, I feel lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want. And that's wonderful opportunity to say, hey, let's figure it out. Let's plant these seeds. What do I want for my future? What do I want for the future of humanity? What can I do for the highest good of all? Or just for the highest good of my day? Being in the present moment, especially when we feel lost, is important. But feeling lost and feeling like we're off track is not misalignment, and it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's part of the process. It is part of the process, and there's nothing wrong with it. Not everything needs an answer. Sometimes we go through this because we're pushing too much for the answers, and we're about to overwhelm ourselves. So the divine takes a hold of it and says, hey, I'm going to carry this for you now. Just for now. I'm going to make some changes, some tweaks, and now you just need to focus on yourself. You just need to focus on figuring out what you want, what you need, and, and not getting stuck here. Continuing to strive for that light, but allowing yourself to take that time to heal, to reflect, to change anything that needs to be changed, to let go of what no longer serves you, instead of holding on to those things. And I promise that you will get through the times of feeling lost. But just keep going. Just keep pushing. Don't stay there. Don't get familiar with it. If you're familiar with it already, get unfamiliar. Allow yourself to grow and go past your comfort zone. That sometimes means feeling lost. It's not comfortable. If it's comfortable, then yeah, move past that. But if it's uncomfortable, that means that change is happening. If we feel lost, maybe we're just wandering. We're wandering into the unknown. And that's why we feel lost, is because we're just doing something new. We're doing something we don't know yet. And that is a beautiful sign for anyone who's seeking change, for anyone who's seeking more than what's right there. And another thing I wanted to talk about was, and I'm trying to hurry because I have a reading very soon. But another thing I wanted to talk about was meditation. And so I don't know if I've talked about this before directly like this, but so this full moon in Pisces energy is also really good for meditation. You can really tune in and really get a lot of healing done. So the common belief of meditation is to silence your mind. Well, I've been meditating on and off for all of my life. My entire life I've been on and off meditating. It's because my mom did. And only until, and then I finally picked up the practice and decided to do it every single day or as much as I can. And I've been doing this for like 3 years now. 2.5, 3 years now. And every single time the meditation was different. I have never had one and the same meditation. I've never, been able to fully silence my mind. And, yes, I have, and I still can, but it's not, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop. It's like, okay, I've silenced my mind, and that's it. That's the goal. That's the goal that needs to be achieved. From meditating as long as I have, I can say that is not meditation. What we've been led to believe, 33 viewers, what we've been led to believe meditation is a lie. It's one of the illusions, because I've gone through this, I've had this dilemma with it. I'm like, why can't I silence my mind? And that's the number one question that everyone seems to have. And that's why some people say, meditation isn't for everybody, or not everyone has to do meditation. I personally believe anybody can do meditation, and everyone should. Mostly because meditation, it's so many benefits. I mean, you pray, you're talking to God. You meditate, you're listening to God. And not just that, you become focused. You just let go. I mean, a lot of my meditations isn't silencing my mind. I sit there for an hour and all I'm doing is healing. That's a lot of my meditations. Meditation isn't always silencing your mind. It is whatever it is. That's the beauty of meditation, is it just is. We like to label everything. We like to say and have an explanation for everything. But the beauty of meditation is it just is whatever it is. And that's what it is that we need to realize. And everybody can and everybody should meditate, especially during these times. And especially when we don't want to, or when we feel like we don't need it. That's what I've learned for myself, is when I don't want to meditate, that's when I need it the most. And that's just because of my old habits, patterns, cycles, laziness kicking in, and it's saying, man, I really just don't want to sit there and do nothing. It makes no sense, but it's the way that it is, because our egos tries to get rid of anything that matures it or moves beyond it. So with, and by the way, before I did this, I sent out healing and love to everyone. Thank you, Sharon, and thank you, Jasmine. You're wonderful, beautiful. So are all of you. But, meditation. I got off track with that. Sorry about that. And that's another thing. This full moon. I mean, I talk about one thing and then poof, it's gone. It's just like, okay, bye bye. It's hard to focus, and it's okay. It's just part of the process, and it's needed. Sometimes we feel out of it because we're not supposed to think so hard, and we're not supposed to think so much. We just flow and relax and let our mind be blank. But with meditation, a lot of my meditations are just healing. I've gone through a lot in my life. I'm not going to say I've gone through more than you have or worse than you. No, I'm just saying personally, I have gone through a lot in my life. And so I have a lot of healing to do still. And I believe that if anyone wants change and if anyone wants to be happy if they're miserable, meditation is key, because we can't heal or fix what we don't know is broken. We can't heal what we don't know is wounded. Luckily, on our bodies, if we don't know, Something, if we don't know we have a scratch, our body heals it anyways. But we have to do the work on our emotional and psychological and mental levels to do healing for ourselves. And when we meditate, this can be allowed because we're in a state of receptiveness. We're open to ourselves, and we're open to what has happened, and our memory gets better. So we begin to see things, and a lot of my meditations are healing. I go through a lot of healing. I face certain parts of myself. I have to forgive myself. I have to send love to myself. And that, by all means, is not a silent mind, but it still gets it done. I still have the same results of meditation as I would if I had the silent mind. Where when I have the silent mind, honestly, it feels the same to me. It may not be for everyone, but that's the beauty of it, because it just is what it is. It's different for everyone, but it has positive benefits no matter who you are. And sometimes we just can't face things. And that's why we don't meditate. That's why we say it's not for everyone, because a lot of people just have a hard time facing things, and that is okay. You know, we face it when we're ready, but we have to be able to be honest with ourselves. That is so important. And, so doing it every day, I highly recommend, because it's just changed my life. It's changed who I am, and it helps me to be better so I can be better for me and for you. But, I just wanted to kind of debunk the myth of meditation for a lot of people who follow me, and anyone who listens to, meditation, you have to silence your mind. No, it can be you visiting other realms. It could be me sitting here talking to you right now. It can be you in an argument. It can be, you silencing your mind. It could be that, but it's not just that. That was a dilemma I went through for a whole time. I was like, okay, everyone says that this is what meditation is, but this is not my experience, and yet I get the same benefits that they're talking about. So when you meditate, just let it be what it is. Let go of the goal. Let go of the conditioning of what you believe it should be, and all is well. Take your time. Don't be in such a rush to quiet your mind. Notice what's there. Notice what you encounter, and look without judgment, and just be gentle with yourself. Try to do this, especially during this time of the full moon in the next 2 weeks. It's especially tense around the time of the full moon. It's going to affect us for the rest of our lives, more than likely, but just be gentle with yourselves. Let's see. I have my new moon's resolution is to incorporate yoga into daily life. It is just so amazing, nourishing on many levels. I agree. Getting in touch with your subconscious. Yes, exactly. It's a whole different world. It's like a computer. It holds so much information, and we have to work to access it. Otherwise our minds won't be able to handle it. That's a whole different topic and subject. But, so just, we're all going through these huge shifts and transformations. Just be gentle. That is a big message that I got, is just be gentle. Be kind and compassionate with yourself and with others. We're all going through some hard things. We all get triggered. None of us are perfect. None of us are the most spiritual, most wise, most, godlike person or goddess-like person. We are all gods and goddesses. We are all perfect, but we are all also still human. So just be kind and gentle and compassionate with each other. We're going through huge shifts and changes, and life can be hard. Life has been hard because we made it that way and because we saw it that way. So don't add on to that. Add on to the love. Add on to the easiness. Add on to the compassion. You know, be that light. And work with your ego. You know, work in love with your ego. I know that seems like it doesn't make sense and like it doesn't just work together, but you really can. I've tested it out. I'm able to work with my ego in love. Everyone's trying to kill their ego, smash their ego, get rid of their ego, but do you know what that's doing? You're doing that to yourself. Your ego is still you without being you. There's a lot of paradoxes, but really, it's a part of us. It's a part of our human nature, and we are still human as long as we're on earth. So stop trying to crush yourself. Stop trying to get rid of yourself, and work in love with yourself. When I do that, I'm able to set boundaries and protect myself while also being compassionate and unlimited and unconditional in my love. So, you know, just be gentle and, you know, just flow. Just relax. Stop trying to control things right now, because a lot of things are illusions right now. I mean, reality is not reality right now. We are in Wonderland. So just flow. Just let things be what they are. Don't try so hard to control things. Don't try so hard to even manifest things. Just think positively. Trust in life. Trust in the universe. And we're going to get through this. All right? It's fun. Allow it to be fun. Allow it to be fun. So that's what I have for everyone today. That is my message for you all today. But I wanted to give an example of something that I'm going to be selling in the auction. October 1st is the auction. It's in the events on this page. It's the only event set up. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, wait a second. Here it is. So an example, and if you share the event and you share the live video, I have a free prize. But and invite your friends, I have a free prize. But this is an example of what I'll be selling in the auction. So there's that, a pendant. It's a triangle, but it has the energy of the pyramid. So it has the Holy Trinity, but also the energy of the pyramid of ultimate balance, inner fire, ascension, connection, all of it, you know. It also has, yeah. Anyways, this is the example. I'm not gonna say too much until we get to the auction. But check out the event. You can't see it very well. That's peacock ore, by the way. Very, very amazing. One of my favorite stones. But this is an example of what I'll be selling. There's going to be a lot more different things, as well as oils and really cool stuff. And each thing, and this was charged in this full moon energy, by the way. So trust me, this is really good here. What I have right here is like just amazing. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. But yeah, I haven't started on the paintings yet, Erin, but I'm actually gonna get to it today. Yeah, there's gonna be art and everything, but I'm gonna do a drawing in the auction, and if you share the event and share the live video, then your name will get put in that, and you'll win a prize at the end. Yeah, so I hope to see you all there. It's in October, which is a very high energy month. I mean, every day is like high energy these days, right? But seriously, it really is. But thank you, Erin. I appreciate that. And I'm not on Facebook anymore. I'm not on my personal Facebook. Not until the end of this month. And in a way, the only reason why I miss it is because of my tribe, my family, you guys. Other than that, I don't miss it, honestly. But yeah, so I'll be back at like the end of this month or so. But for right now, if you need to get a hold of me, don't message my personal Facebook. Message this one. And of course, if there's anything I can do for you, you can see everything on the website. I have lots of different services and things that I'm doing for people. You can check out the website that's on this page, or just go to www.theinneressence.net. And I appreciate you all for coming and listening to me. And I love you all, and everything's going to be okay. So have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll be doing readings sometime this week before Friday, so tomorrow or Friday, like before this weekend. So stay tuned for that. And I love you all, and thank you for coming. And have a wonderful day. Namaste.